Hello, hello, hello.
Hey.
Hey, hey. Welcome to The Spill, where we spill all things that are relevant. Tonight, we have a very good show for you all. I want to introduce, I can't, I can never disregard the friend, Prashad, who is, he's out on the water, out in the water, butt naked on the water and doing stuff that he got all the business to do. And I hope you have a good time out there, friend. Okay, he might be watching.
He might be.
He might be watching. We talked a little while ago. But we have a very special co-host here. This young man is somebody I met about when I moved here to this area. He is dynamic. He's doing great things. I want to introduce you all to Tonio Miles. Y'all give it up for Tonio Miles. All right. Yes. Clap, clap, clap. Imagine that you hear the claps.
Clap, clap, clap.
Yes,
clap,
yes,
clap,
clap. And I hope that you all are joining the watch party, and we want you all to have lots of questions. And Tonio, we're gonna start with you.
Okay.
Now, I want you to tell the people a little bit about what you're doing. You have a group called Evolve that you started, and I want you to just tell the people, about Evolve and what you're doing.
Okay. Again, like you said, I'm Tonio Miles, but everybody call me Miles. And also, as you said, I am the executive director of a same-gender loving men's group for Black and Brown men over in Tampa. But of course, we kind of serve whoever may come from the Tampa Bay area. Generally, it's about guys between 25 and 40. We get together, do social events, empower each other, educate each other, do social events just to kind of like have a sense of brotherhood and bonding that was like missing here in Tampa. I started about 5 years ago. We are a nonprofit, so we're expanding and doing more things in the community. And our mantra is the new stereotype, building a new stereotype around not just Black men, but Black gay men. So all those negative things, continue to like combat those things and show a new face as we move forward. So yeah.
Wonderful. Well, I'm glad you started talking about stereotypes and stuff, because this leads us into our first topic for the night, and we hope that we have Andy. She's looking at the comments and stuff coming in tonight, and we hope that you all will comment on these topics tonight. So let's talk about the Oscars. Now, the Oscars just happened last weekend, this past Sunday, and of course we know Billy Porter was there. We live for Billy for the most part. Billy, from Pose, and even before that, when he was on Broadway,
Right.
And musically he was doing things before maybe some people knew.
Right. Yeah.
Now, if you all see this screen right here, is the picture up. Now y'all see Billy's outfit, and I'm going to start this off, and I want to hear what your opinion is. When I saw him on the runway, my mind went back to In Living Color, when you had Damon and his brother Keenan, and they used to do that little segment where they talked about fashion and all that stuff. And in my mind, I was like, hated it. In my mind, I was sitting here like, this looked like some goddamn bed sheets and curtains that you don't put together. And I hear calling it fashion. I generally, I'm gonna say this even too. Now I'm not hating y'all. I promise y'all I'm not hating. I didn't buy what he wore at the Oscars either. I mean at the Grammys either. But right now we talking about the Oscars. What he wore last year, I liked, but what he wore this year, I was like, what is that? What was your opinion about that?
Like y'all see my face a little bit. I don't like the bottom. It do look like somebody curtains, but the top actually is kind of cute to me. I like it.
What was that top made from?
I don't know. It looked like some gold feathers. I don't know, but it was cute to me. But just the pairing together. I mean, I know he's very like live loud. Bring that kind of.
Oh yeah, baby, she real loud.
Factor.
She out there.
She is.
She living her truth.
But I wasn't a fan of that particular outfit. So yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that either, and I didn't like them shoes either. I didn't like the shoes.
No,
there were two different pair of shoes, I think, but there was one pair that I liked. It was kind of long, and it looked like they might have had a heel on them. And then there was another. Oh Lord, that's Granny. Just hit. Yeah, I'll call her back later. Love you, Granny. But we on show right now. All right. Yes, if she call again, just do that. I'll call her later. All right. So how do you feel, when we talk about this? And I saw a lot of people commenting on Facebook this week. I saw lots of posts in the discussion about the feminization of Black gay men. And I saw lots of comments that people felt like the effeminate Black gay man is readily portrayed in media, television, social media, but you don't see the countering images of your more masculine Black gay men.
I mean, I know that. I always went to a conference myself in Atlanta, and that was like one of the topics that we were talking about for at least like 20 minutes, that we don't see that anymore. Like, or if we even ever have seen it, people were like, you don't see the socially awkward gamer that, that's obviously gay, or you don't see, the masculine dude that is pretty much, you walk down the street, you'll never know that he's gay. You don't quite see that either. And like, not just to be put on as for show, but for real, like actually real men going through that. So I don't know if it needs to be a show or some type of public something, just so people can see, because I feel like there's definitely still are a lot of stereotypes as far as who we are. Like, we quick to be a sissy, you know what I'm saying? And that's obviously has a negative connotation, and obviously it's tied to femininity. So we
don't subscribe to those terms.
Right.
Okay, we'll take that one.
But will you take it from a girl though? How do you feel like for a girl to call you sis?
You know what? Now I got a real good friend. I call her sis and she called me sis. And you know what? We got that kind of relationship.
Right.
But for somebody that I may not have as close a relationship with, I would probably be like, is this bitch trying to come for me?
Right. Because you already know, like, just kind of the negative connotation that it can bring. And like, where you really coming from on that one? But yeah.
Mm-hmm. So do we have any comments? I want to see what the people out there think about this, because I saw a lot of posts about this past week. Billy. One thing I can say about Billy. Billy,
reaction.
Yeah, he is gonna garner a reaction.
So one comment we do have is,
oh yeah, turn on the mic, baby. Turn on the mic, so we can hear the comments.
okay, so one comment we have is that they are stupid people who are saying that. Okay. And then also, is it Chinky?
Oh, Chinky, yes.
Chinky says because they do the same thing with making Black men look like thugs in the media.
Oh, now that's an interesting point. Now we ain't talked about it from that perspective. Do we really, like, does the media really portray Black men as thugs? And
I mean, overwhelmingly, yes. I think that's gonna kind of be like a generational thing. It's kind of like that thug, rough, dangerous, just to kind of pushing the negative, just negative feelings about us, just to kind of keep us suppressed in that way. But yeah, I feel that way.
Okay. So, I mean, do we see, more, other images of Black men in our media? Like, for example, I was watching the Have and Have Nots last night, and that was a good episode last night. Hashtag I love Veronica. That's my favorite character. But her ex-husband David, he's a judge, he's an attorney, he's somebody on the show. His character is very political, lots of power. We don't see as many images like that of our Black men in the media. You're right, it's mostly thugs, or the girls, as I like to say sometimes, homosexuals. Yeah. So I mean, and I actually saw I was watching the Queen's Supreme Court the other day. Shout out T.S. Madison.
Yes.
We saw she had what's his name? Milan? Milan Christopher on there. I mean, do you think he's would he represent more of a masculine gay man, or is he kind of like in the middle?
I feel like he kind of like is in the middle, but like he can be passable. You know what I'm saying? To like the non-gay person, I would say possibly.
Okay. Well, are there any more comments about that? Okay. Okay. They ain't feeling that one too much yet. Okay. Well,
So can I ask one
go ahead. Ask
Yeah.
a question.
So, so we're looking at, I want to make sure I'm understanding what he was saying. He's saying that just like you're saying that they're showing mostly just the feminine flamboyant gay men, as for straight black men is more of the thug.
Right.
What would y'all want to see to represent gay men in the media?
I think I would want to see more images of not just black gay men, but black men in as a whole in more positive roles. We want to see doctors. We want to see attorneys. We want to see politicians. We want to see black men leading in a variety of different roles, not just your thug, not just your baby daddy, not just a queen, but in more positive roles.
I think is it Chasing Hollywood where the two the husbands, I think they live in LA, and one's a real estate. One does fashion. He dresses the stars, and the other one is like a interior decorator, like stuff like that on Netflix. I feel like Netflix definitely is trying to tap into like kind of knocking at the door of those negative things. I was watching something else the other day. Gosh, I forgot what it was, but it was somebody like it was like a Indian person in a role that you probably would never see an Indian person in. You got these two guys that are sitting here doing the darn thing, like complete power couple. You know what I'm saying? So I think they're hopefully starting it along that route, and hopefully we can see more stuff like that. Because to be honest with you, I mean, there's a lot of gay black men that's doing the damn thing.
I would agree, but they don't necessarily get the coverage,
right,
or the notoriety, but they are. You got another comment for us?
Yes, so we have two. So one, actually, I'm sorry, we got three.
All right. Keep them
one
coming.
One is basically Billy gives zero what anybody thinks.
Yes.
Also,
that's true.
When someone is good at what they do, no matter what anyone thinks, that person is undeniable. So then we have, then no one, this is cheeky again, then no one would tune in because people love drama. We watch Married to Medicine, not because they are doctors or married to them, but because of the drama that they have.
That's not necessarily true. Now, I love Mariah just because I like Mariah, and I love Dr. Heavily, even though she messy as fuck sometimes. I'm just gonna keep honest. Forgive me for all my cussing tonight. We've had a little communion, little communion, and yeah. So I that could go either way with that. But
yeah.
I guess to address the other part of what he said, and why don't you answer that, because I need to sip a little more of this wine. But
I mean, to what Rocky was saying, I mean, I've been saying that for a long time too, and it speaks to a different issue that we have as society, really, in regards to what we decide or we really want to see on TV. And unfortunately, we want to see people argue and fight. So like Married to Medicine, I don't watch Married to Medicine. And I won't watch Married to Medicine because it's showing that it doesn't matter at what level of success we may obtain or attain to, that will always be ghetto and ratchet or loud, and it just doesn't really speak to me, because that might be part of us, but that's not all of us.
Well, they do have some positive messages. Like I love Dr. Jackie. I like Jackie Dr. Simone. Dr. Jackie's always that one, that kumbaya. Come on, let's all love each other and let's be positive and let's do great things. I like that because I know you get the ratchetness, and you right, the ratchetness does draw the ratings. I mean, look at Love and Hip Hop Miami. I'm gonna leave that alone. But clearly you don't have to be talented to garner ratings. Yeah. No, it's not shade, it's just the truth. But yeah, I guess I can get what he's saying.
Yeah.
Okay. So while we're on this topic, something that came up today, and Chinky, shout out to Chinky West, he actually gave me this topic. We know that Dwayne Wade has, and his daughter, who was born a male, has been in the media a lot lately. We know that his child who was born a male has decided to transition to a girl, and that Dwayne has been very supportive of that. And we know, that he has garnered a lot of criticism from different segments of the community for supporting his daughter's decision to be a girl. So we want to talk about that for a minute and kind of get people's opinions. What you think about that?
So I was saying that this morning, and I mean, being a black man that's gay, I know as far as with the backlash that he may be going through is whatever, but I even didn't really know how to completely internalize it, because it's still something very new, and I feel like the exposure that we have for our kids kind of lends hand to that, because I feel like most likely if he didn't have the exposure to the the non-binary and the gender changing, and it's okay for kids and things like that he probably wouldn't even be interested. He might have had those feelings, but he probably wouldn't be interested in telling his dad that. So I don't know if it's I'm not gonna say it's a negative thing at all. I'm just saying, to myself, I was thinking, is it premature?
See, I was, let me give this disclaimer right now. And I don't have no sign. This is just my opinion. I'm kind of split on the issue. One, as a father, him being a father, I love the fact that he's supporting his child. And I do think at the end of the day that comes above everything else. That's his child. And whether we like how he is choosing to raise his child or not, that's his child. And if he was not a celebrity, we probably wouldn't even be talking about this. We might be talking about it down in the church or at the family reunion, but we wouldn't be talking about it online. Okay, but here's my thing. How old is his daughter?
12.
Okay. My only concern is that at 12 years of age, you don't really fully know yourself yet. You're not fully developed as a person, mentally, maturity wise. I think his daughter has a certain amount of privilege because of who her father is. I am hoping that while he's supporting his daughter, that he is also educating her about the way that this world that we live in, and that it's not always fair, and that it can be very cruel and hateful at times, and to understand that although let me correct myself, she may choose to live as a female, and that may be how she may choose to see herself, but understand that not everyone is going to agree with your choices. Not saying that she can't live how she wants to live, and I'm not speaking against that, but I think we have to be cognizant that of the world we live in. And just like me, I don't expect everybody to affirm my choices. So I'm not disappointed when they don't, because I don't affirm everybody's choices. She's 12 years old, and I'm just wondering at 12 years old, has she thought about what is your life going to be like 5 years from now, 6 years from now, 10 years from now? And is this a decision at this point in your life that you really want to make?
I kind of want to deviate just a little bit from what you were talking about with his name is Zaire, but he wants to be addressed as Zaya. But so I'm going to just kind of deviate just a second from Zaya and just kind of bring it back to the MLK parade that we had here in St. Pete. And
that was a long parade.
It was. It always is.
I lost like 5 pounds walking, and I'm gaining back already.
It always is. But if you didn't go next year. It's always a good time.
St. Pete parade. It's the T.
It is. But some of the bands or some of the dance crews included some very young men.
Oh, I know which one you talking about. Out of was it Palm Beach or Riviera Beach? I think
he couldn't have been no more than
Riviera
8.
Beach.
And I'm just it kind of was talking about what you say. I was thinking the same thing you were talking about. How would I feel as a parent? Just because, it's my child. He want to dance. He want to do this. That's fine. I understand that. But at the same time, kind of absorbing all of the stuff that's coming from people around you with their vile comments and ignorances and stuff like that, and that possibly coming back to your, well, my mama said you a punk, like stuff like that, and having your child at such a young age, think about that psychologically, you know what I'm saying? And him having to deal with that, and then of course that coming to you as a parent.
You know what I would have said.
And of course you're gonna want to fight.
Can you say that? Can you say that again? You know that comment you made about what he said. Can you just say that again?
What's that now?
What you just said. My mama said. Can you say that again?
My mama said you a punk.
Well, my mama said your pussy stink.
That's what's gonna call. You know what I'm saying? Negative reaction. Two negative reactions are gonna cause nothing but no drama. So we don't want any drama with. But you see what I'm saying? No, like it's. In most cases, it's gonna become that anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Now look, I'm gonna just get this disclaimer. Y'all was thinking it. I just said it.
You're so stupid.
We got some comments.
Oh yes. What y'all gotta say?
So, okay, so we have a statement and we have a question. So let's go with the statement first.
Okay.
Cheeky says, when I was 12, I knew what I liked and wanted as far as sexuality, but trans doesn't mean homosexual either.
That is true. And I think a lot of times they're equated the same, because biologically you may have been born one gender, and to the world, despite what you may say, the world may still perceive you as that gender that you were born into.
Well, question, is it that he wants to be a different gender, or he just wants to be addressed as Zaya? Like, is he just like kind of like not necessarily wanting to transition to anything? He just feels like, okay, well, I am who I am. I still have what I have, but don't call me no Zaire.
He does dress.
He does. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Right,
she is now starting to dress a little bit more feminine.
Right. So I don't know. Like, is that going to become like more of a non-binary thing for? I don't know.
Could be a little bit of gender non-binary.
Yeah. As she goes. So this is a really good question. Knowing her father, do you think she gets bullied at school?
Baby, knowing who her father is and the resources that they have,
probably not.
I wouldn't advise it.
Right. At all.
But kids don't.
They find a way.
And they find a way. So,
or it might just be isolation. They'll do that too.
Yeah.
So you might have one or two friends at school.
But I bet she's really popular. Yeah. So, you know, like, I mean, look at Magic Johnson's daughter.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I believe she was born a woman.
See? And it could have started at 12. You never know.
I think it started at birth.
Yeah, but it's interesting that they're both basketball players, and that, you know, that's.
Do you think the privilege that their fathers have makes it easier for them versus somebody who may come from a regular family? You know, does that privilege make it, you know, more acceptable or easier for them?
I feel so, like, absolutely, because you got to think, I mean, when you're, first of all, if you're in that like income bracket, you have a certain, I guess, circle of people, you know, you're almost like a bubble. You're not like necessarily like a part of like general society. So you're already like seeing that, like, okay, well, I can do this, I can do that because my dad, you know, doesn't think this way. Or, like, you're not really relating to, you know, the general population for the most part anyway. So you're not worried about like, oh, well, you know, we're going to church and you know, church mama saying,
Chaz, yeah.
Chaz.
Oh yeah.
I was shocked when I found out that Chaz was born a girl. I just knew that was a, you know, what he is a dude, but I mean, I just knew he was born a dude.
I remember when she was born. He was born.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you almost kind of can see that it is a status thing, because along with them, I guess, expressing their willingness to change, the parents are also accepting of it. Now, down here where we at, you can change if you want to, but you don't come up to my house. You don't come to church. You don't do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so you telling me I can't? If I decided I wanted to transition, I can't go down. I can't go down to the church on 9th or down 5th.
You bet not.
Well, I know some that do. I've seen it.
Well, I mean, hey, are they turned away?
I've not seen it.
Okay.
Now, what I do notice is people tend to just kind of ignore them or some people pretend like they're not there, or they may speak, but they don't really engage with them. And I think a person would feel that. I think they would feel all that.
I mean, feel it, but at the same time, like expect it. So I don't know how much it actually like affects them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The one thing that I will say about people that are transgender, I think that they are some really brave people.
Very.
And that they have to have some tough skin.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have some tough skin to live on a truth that the world says is a lie. The world will say that they have mental health issues because of they're going against the natural or what is perceived as the natural. So what is this? Hold on.
I started watching 911 Lone Star.
Okay.
First time I saw him, I was like, oh my goodness, he is so cute. I just found out yesterday he was born a girl.
Whoa.
Okay. Now let's talk about this now.
Whoa.
So, do y'all see this?
And he's playing
this man from Queen Sugar
who was born a girl on the show. What?
Yeah, you can take Billy down.
Yes.
His name is Brian Michael Smith.
Yes.
Let me see again.
And he was on Queen Sugar.
What?
You couldn't tell me he wasn't born a dude.
Oh, wow.
And it was a really good. If you get to see it, please go watch the episode that came on a couple days ago, because it's the first time they actually did an episode around his character who met a woman and was nervous to go out on the first date. And I was like, we're so big on someone playing a character who's not that. So I looked and I was like, oh snap.
Right.
You were born a woman.
But you know what? I ain't gonna lie. Back when I probably still got it. I used to be so attracted to studs. I used to love me a stud. Mm-hmm. Especially on the weekends.
Once they so we have some people in our studio that just took a look at the same picture that y'all looking at right now, and she's like, wow.
Oh, I thought she said what I said. Oh.
So as y'all can see, like he looks nothing like her at all.
But I know some he's like that.
Yeah, I do. Like, yeah, completely would have never known. I kind of want to ask a question though.
Ask the question.
In regards to females transitioning into men, because the community. I can put myself out there. The community has seen an influx of female to male interaction with men, gay men on porn. Mm-hmm. Like that's been a thing.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. That's a definite thing.
And yeah, it's definitely a thing.
It's definitely a thing. Yeah.
And they usually get a lot of views, a lot of comments. I've been surprised. I'm like, why am I watching this? Like, why is this interesting to me? But yeah, that's been a thing that's been. I was like,
so you telling me
like this year, last year?
So you telling me you see this you see this old handsome, muscle down stud that's getting plowed in.
That would be my terminology.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it. Hashtag power plug. Baby, we are not censored over here. We are not censored over here. Okay, so they're getting plowed in by this gay man who may or may not be as masculine. Yeah. So I'm just gonna take the question all the way. So then, are they really gay?
I feel like gay. I was telling somebody this the other day. I feel like gay.
That's a man and a woman. Or in two cases, two men.
I feel like gay is not confined to sexual parts, because you also have to look at just like men are
you gotta be careful because you get into some dangerous territory.
I mean, men are visual.
And you know where I'm going.
Oh well.
TRADE.
Yeah. Well. Pastor.
Okay, so for me, because I noticed him the first episode. Okay, and I was like, oh wow, he's handsome, and then then they showed him one time, and he had on the short sleeves, and he's like built, and I like his voice, and I'm just like,
So he moved you.
right? And then I'm like, oh,
hashtag he moved me.
I was like, honestly, I felt like the woman in the episode. I was sitting back, like, I'm like questioning myself now because I'm like, okay, you were born a woman, but everything, the introduction of everything until I saw it, this was,
and that's what I'm talking about. Like, you're still attracted
man.
to those manly features because you're a heterosexual woman, and that's what I was saying as far as with men, like. These men that like men are attracted to something that looks like a man. So whether you got these muscles, power, hard glutes, whatever the case may be, you got your beard or whatever, they're attracted to that as well as whatever. Especially with the tops, if they fucking something, they're looking at something, they fucking something.
But
the same thing for them.
Since we spill all things relevant here, on the spill, there was a stud that I know she's a good friend of mine to this day. That used to just move me. She, but I don't think she did not identify as a he, but
she looked like one.
But she looked like a dude, Now she did have larger breasts, so so there was no definitely
another one.
Oh yeah, I know some females turn male like that. Yeah,
I seen him.
Yes.
So I want y'all to kind of weigh in, like. I want y'all to let us know, like, would you date someone that has transitioned? So, like, just say if you're a gay man, would you date somebody that's female transitioned into male, or if some females watching, would you date a male that's transitioned from a female?
I think that depends on what you like.
I mean, it may shock you.
It may shock you. Yeah, you might have to get into some.
So we do have
things you can do.
So again, before we go into the comments, you wanted me to repeat the question real quick. So if you're a gay male. Would you date a female that transitioned into a male, has all the features, just think like that? And if you're a female, would you date someone that has transitioned into a male from a female? So just think long and hard about that. But we did have a comment.
So John says, I am definitely not opposed to dating a trans man.
Okay.
Okay.
He also says, yes, I would date a trans man. Their features would have to be totally masculine, though.
Okay.
I feel like we're going to get very, very answers because it depends on like people's position too. Because
when you say position, what you mean by position?
Like sexual position.
Oh, sexual position.
Because like if they like the real thing, like her looking like a man and doing a strap on isn't going to do it for them.
How you know that the strap ain't real? You can touch it, you can feel it.
It ain't real.
How you know?
Okay, I don't know. We're not gonna get there.
He didn't. I wanted him to answer that question.
We're not going there today. But yeah, I feel like it might be weird. Somebody might be okay with that.
Now I have a friend that told me that I know is dating a female to male, and that he loves it, and that he loves the versatility and the spice that relationship brings, because it's because you can do so many things. He was like, literally, you can decide which size you want tonight.
Yeah.
Do you want I told y'all now this is the spill. Put your chair in the bed. So you can decide what size you want tonight. You can't do that with everybody, can you?
That's true.
What you see is what you get.
Unless
you get it somewhere else.
Right. Unless you on the roll. You live in Atlanta.
Is it? Do we have any comments on that?
Not yet.
What? Y'all quiet on that one?
They're quiet on that one tonight. They might be watching CNN.
Child, I can't watch too much of that.
Shout out, I love it. Shout out to Pete.
Who that?
Pete, how you say Pete last name? Buttigieg, yeah. And Bernie too.
And my girl Nancy. She ripped that hole.
Oh, then Nancy ripped that hole to shreds. Nancy tear that shit up Pelosi.
Well, she said, I ripped it. I ripped it up.
Then she said, I didn't rip up the State of the Union address. I ripped up his state of mind. Then she stand by there behind him, and then he gonna come back and say she was speaking in my ear the whole time and saying nasty things.
What?
Now, let me tell you now Nancy was bad for that, but let me tell you how she really would have been bad. I wouldn't have waited to the end of the speech. I would have broke that shit up right in the middle of the State of the Union, and
Like,
I would have tore up all them pieces.
Yeah,
I wish
we
I
gotta
had some
finish.
paper. I would show you what I would have did. I would have tore up all them pieces. I would have stood up while he was talking and threw that shit on him. State of the Union over.
Finish him.
What you gonna do?
Oh Lord, they got me hot in here.
Yes, I love Nancy, baby. All right, Nancy. You keep tearing shit up, Nancy.
Right.
Every time he sends something over there, fuck it up. Put that shit in the shredder and send it back over there to him.
Right. Right on the lawn. Right on the lawn.
Ooh, Lord. Lord, this is what you get when you drink communion. Lord, forgive me. I'm about to pray real hard
So,
and repent.
question about Pete Buttigieg.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Lord, we got a question about Pete. Okay.
Do you think that because he is openly gay and married, that his chances of becoming president is less?
Low.
Hmm.
I only say that because of the Bible Belt. It's nice and cute and wonderful for the progressive states, and but at the end of the day, like, we know that a lot of America is still very Christian and conservative, and
But we can't put that on
the idea
Christianity
of
because the Bible don't say hate people because they gay. The Bible say love people. You let God do the judging. See, the problem is we want to be judge and executioner.
right.
But we covering up all the shit we doing. You covering up the fact you sleeping with the pastor, you sleeping with the deacon. You might be sleeping with the deacon wife too. Locate, hey, let's keep it real.
Who was the pastor that had the girl in the pool?
Oh yeah, in the
Pastor-
pool pit. Oh, you mean at the house?
Oh, wherever.
Where he
And
was
the
doing the-
video, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Banana.
Pastor Wilson. Pastor Wilson.
That thing killed me. amongst
Lord
other stuff,
Jesus. Pastor Wilson, you bet.
But I mean, honestly,
But you know what? I bet his church attendance went up.
it may have all female, all female.
That
But
Pastor, I
honestly,
need a meeting
Craig,
after service.
I mean, I think he's a great guy. I would love for him to make it. I would love for him to beat the odds. I feel like, people say, Obama beat the odds, but we just don't know until we know.
I believe Obama was called and he was.
I feel that too, because I'm like, ain't nobody got no charisma like him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he just was a different breed. So
he was chosen. I don't think everybody called was chosen.
right.
Joaquin said that the black Christian South will not vote for him.
No.
Oh yeah, you already know that.
All of Florida,
Florida, Georgia,
Carolina,
Mississippi,
North Carolina,
pretty much the whole damn
Texas.
South.
That's what I'm saying.
They ain't voting for
Louisiana.
Pete. He ain't that popular with with black people
probably
right now
won't
either. He getting a little popular, but but I don't think. I think the fact because he's openly gay, it's gonna be a chop.
Maybe even like the Midwest, like the
now
Mormon states and stuff like that.
But you're not gonna if you don't win these southern states. These southern states got a lot of electoral votes. Because clearly we know that the current person in the White House didn't win the popular vote. So really, the real president of the United States is really Hillary Clinton. I'm gonna keep it real. But because of this system that we have, Trump got in there, but he ain't the real president. Matter of fact, I still consider Barack Obama to be the real president, keeping it real. Because the one we got in there, he sure ain't about shit right
whoever
now.
left
But-
it in somewhat decent shape, we just gonna leave it at you and somebody else go.
But while we so focused on the presidency, what we need to be focused on is Congress, because that bullshit that they just pulled, letting that man get off with all that stuff that he did,
It's ridiculous.
it's crazy. Now they gonna chop their own necks for this man who wouldn't do the same thing for them.
That's okay.
It used to be a time when all that hypocrisy and racism and all that stuff that we knew existed, we knew it was out there, but they used to be covert about it. Now, since he don't got enough, we ain't even got to hide nothing. We gonna do the shit right in your face, and it ain't nothing y'all can do because they think y'all black people don't vote anyway. The only time y'all want to vote is when there's a presidency, and then we can't get everybody out then. But we don't go vote for our congressmen and our senators. We don't go vote in our local elections. We don't go vote in our county and our state elections. Look, that's how we got that scarecrow we had in Florida. Now we got another one. You know, I ain't gonna talk about him though.
That's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna end up. Go ahead.
John says a debate between Trump and Pete would be epic. However, I agree the South will not vote for him.
And probably a lot of people in the North won't either. Just keep it real, but the South definitely ain't. You can chop that. You can just cut all the Southern states out.
I think Pete would eat Trump up.
I think he would. We know that. We know that. Hell, Hillary Clinton ate Trump up.
Yeah,
she ate him up in every damn debate. You know, and I think Bernie would eat him. He would eat his ass for breakfast, lunch, and dinner too, and a midnight snack.
I just feel like,
and Elizabeth Warren damn sure to eat him up because she got a plan for every damn.
Yeah, I like Elizabeth too. So,
but we got to get that Congress while we talking about this. Right. We got to get Mitch McConnell. Oh Jesus,
Mitchie.
We got to get Mitch McConnell, old racist ass up out of there. We got to get all these damn Republicans, these two-faced ass Republicans. Lindsey Graham. What's the mother? Oh, Lord Jesus, help me. The one from Texas, Cruz. Right here in our own state, we got to get rid of Marco Rubio. His ass has got to go.
And
all
Scott.
These
and Scott. Scott in the Senate now.
The crow, the scarecrow.
Voldemort.
Oh yeah, he do look like Lord
Fire
Voldemort.
Marshal Bill.
Yes, no, he do look like Lord Voldemort. he just got more color. But he ain't got no cheeks either, so he could be Lord Voldemort. Yeah, I'm gonna go watch Harry Potter after this.
But yeah, y'all definitely go out and vote. Please go out and vote.
Go out and vote, y'all. Please.
When they say we've got to vote for the Senate, get your ass out there.
Because we got to because it don't matter who win. If the Democrats don't get a control of both houses of Congress, it's gonna be just like when Obama was. Obama could have did a lot more than what he did. You know, had he had the full support of the Congress. But when you have people that set their agenda to work against him, and that's what's gonna happen again.
And the thing is, people try to blame him, and it's like y'all really don't even know. Like I don't understand. Like if you understood how the government worked, you'll know exactly what was going on. But
so y'all go out and vote and vote. And here in Florida too, vote for the felons. You know, I know we had an amendment on the last ballot, for felons to get their rights restored. And y'all realize that's the part of that systematic racism. That's the part of that whole thing to keep us oppressed as a people. Because think about it, if all those felons in Florida, if they could have voted in the last election, I don't believe Trump would have won Florida. So they systematically do things to oppress us. Now the people spoke. They said give the people back their rights. But then you got the people in our Florida Senate and House, who said, well, they should pay their restitution back. Well, bitch, I did the time. You want me to keep paying on top of paying on paying? Okay, I'll pay the restitution, but give me back my rights.
Right. It's always something.
Yeah.
Say hi to Prashad, y'all. You just
friend.
Hey,
Prashad. Friend, we miss you, but we glad you're gonna be out there on the water and stuff, glistening and water all over your body and stuff. Yes, have fun, friend. What you got to say, friend? Because I know you got something to say.
Well, let's go to the next topic, and maybe he'll chime in the meantime. What we want to talk about next?
Oh Lord, Go ahead. We're gonna talk about Lil Nas and all that.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
We're gonna talk about Lil Nas and Pastor Troy.
So do we have exactly what he said?
Okay, so y'all know at the Grammys, Lil Nas won a Grammy. He's been very popular. Initially, when he first came out as an artist, he did not come out as gay, and he did come out, and the support stayed there. I think he's crossed color lines and generational lines. I mean, look, kids, older people be rocking the old time road. I mean, when you can perform with, wasn't that Billy Ray Cyrus? Who he performed? When you can get on the stage and you can perform with Billy Ray Cyrus, that says something. So he won a Grammy, which I think he should have. So you got Pastor Troy hating ass.
I'm ready whenever you're ready.
Yeah, just go in on him. We gonna go. Now I'm gonna tell y'all now. We going in on Pastor Troy for a few minutes.
I got what he said. So you want me to read it?
Read what he said.
So he says, "Well, I guess I won't be winning a Grammy if this is what I gotta wear." If y'all seen Lil Nas, we'll show y'all whatever. We'll pull it up. So as I'm talking, we'll get it pulled up. So if this is what I gotta wear, they love to push this shit on our kids. The other day at Applebee's, had some punks kissing and laughing, eating mozzarella sticks. Why are you so descriptive? Anyways, first thing my 14-year-old son said was, "Fuck Applebee's," and it brought joy to my heart. He sees it their agenda to take the masculinity from men, black men especially. Some may say He's making money. RuPaul do too. But I ain't bumping his CD. Integrity is priceless. Y'all better open that third eye and let y'all sons know what is real, or they ass gonna be headed down the Old Town Road for real. What?
Now, he said so much. I got to process this in pieces.
Man.
So his hating ass who ain't never, and what the real tea is that he ain't never won a Grammy.
And won't.
And ain't nobody bumping his shit.
And won't.
So that's the real issue. First of all, because sometimes we get distracted by what people say, and we don't really look at the real issue. The real issue is that Lil Nas has done more in his short career than Pastor Troy has done. And how long Pastor Troy been around?
That man has went platinum.
But he ain't never won no damn Grammy.
No. I'm talking about Lil Nas.
Oh.
Lil Nas X is
okay. But how long Pastor Troy been around? He been around for a long time. Back in them backwoods up there in Georgia. Okay, still doing clubs for $1,200.
We have a comment or a question.
Okay. Prashad said Pastor Troy was eating at Applebee's or something like that. Enough said.
He probably was. He probably was eating a 2 for $20.
He ain't say no PF chain. He ain't say no Cheesecake Factory. He had Applebee.
So I'm concerned that I'm concerned about the fact that he think it's okay for his 14-year-old son to be saying "fuck Applebee's."
Whatever. That's neither here nor there.
So clearly he's a homophobe and he's raising a homophobe.
Yeah.
So he mentioned that third eye. Now I have a different interpretation of what that third eye may be. He was speaking to his consciousness, but what I really feel like maybe somebody played with Pastor Troy's third eye. They might have played with his third eye, and maybe that's why he feels so strongly about Lil Nas, winning that Grammy. Now he also made mention, he referenced Lil Nas' attire. He had on the pink outfit and he had on the green.
So why what he got on got anything to do with he winning the Grammy? When he was singing them songs, he had nothing like that on. So what have you been talking about? Like.
Yeah, I mean,
did you see him in the commercial he did with Sam Elliott and Billy Ray Cyrus for the Super Bowl? I mean, come on, somebody asked who is Pastor Troy. They don't know.
Ooh.
You know what?
Nobody, baby.
You know what? I was watching, and I'm gonna give shout outs where shout outs I do. I was watching the Queen Supreme Court Monday, and Maddie had Miss Sophia on there, and Miss Sophia made a reference. She made the statement that usually when somebody breaks it up. They're trending on social media, they're trending. Ain't nobody Google his ass. If you Google Pastor Troy, ain't shit coming up. So he's a non-fucking factor. So I just think they should have chopped his ass. I would imagine like if I was at a ball and I had a hanger, I would have threw that hanger out of his ass and chopped him on sight. Get off the stage, bitch. Chop.
So Prashad said the bigger issue is that people need to get over it. It's 2020. We are strongly encouraged to be our true selves. Unfortunately, doing so makes others uncomfortable, especially Black heterosexual men.
And that's the thing I can't understand either. Is that why are you so concerned about what the next person is doing besides you? I'm
telling you why. I told y'all. I just said it 3 minutes ago. Somebody don't play with that third hole.
That may be very true.
John Wilson said, "Pastor Troy's birthplace is Atlanta. Ain't that the gay mecca?" Okay,
it surely is. It surely is. Yeah. So Pastor Troy, please go get a life. Please check your masculinity.
I guess he thought he was going
quit hating,
get people to jump on the train or whatever, because there's a lot of
they on the Old Town Road, baby. They ain't on that train. Nah, I think you might have been in a train. Pastor Troy. I think you was on the train to that third eye. Let's keep it real, because a lot of these men that they like to hate on gay people and talk about gay people, they don't secretly and quietly been there. If you open up some of their closets, let them skeletons out, baby.
Right. It's just,
I bet it's a sissy right there in Atlanta, Albany, Camilla, somewhere, Cairo, somewhere in the backwoods.
And he might want to be careful, because they might.
He might want to be careful, because one of them sissies. Matter of fact, if you one of them girls with a Z, if you one of them girls that don't play with Pastor Troy's third eye. I need you to inbox me. It's all right. We ain't gonna tell nobody who it was. Right. We just gonna say we got confirmation that somebody played with that third eye. Yeah. Now, I know time is dwindling down. So one thing we need to touch on, this been on all in the media. We need to talk about Miss Gayle King.
Ooh, Miss Gayle.
Now, y'all know Gayle. Who was the Kobe's friend that she did the interview with? Lisa Leslie. She did that interview with Lisa Leslie. Now, y'all know Kobe and his daughter and several other people were tragically killed. Okay, in the helicopter crash. So, do you all think it was appropriate for Gayle King to reference that sexual harassment suit that never went to court, was settled, and he's done great things since then? Do you think, given the situation, that was appropriate for her to bring that comment up?
17 years later.
Yeah, was that appropriate? I don't think it was.
I really don't either. I mean, of course, you're a journalist, and you have questions to ask. But just considering like the case itself, considering the time frame, considering that was like one of his really close friends, like I feel like somebody said that she was trying to get another R. Kelly moment. And
baby, did she get that moment out of R. Kelly?
She did.
She got that moment.
She did, but he was
I
alive.
thought R. Kelly was for the raise up.
He was alive. It was current. You know what I'm saying? Like those things, and it's like when you talk about like a blip in someone's life that. There were so many other factors that kind of like pushed him away from what he was accused of. Like, there's so many other things you could have talked about. And if you, as a black woman, you would think that you were trying to be uplifting all those wonderful things that he was to not only his family, but not only to his community, but to the world.
And he got to think too. And think about how insensitive that was to his wife, and his other children and his family.
Absolutely.
Think about how that was just fucked up.
It was,
and then the social media started dragging Gayle. Oprah got on there crying, talking about Gayle was just so hurt.
Stop. She got on there what?
She got on there crying.
She was doing what?
She was crying.
She wasn't crying.
Oprah was crying.
That fake ass cry. As long as you've been acting, I ain't seen them till. Girl, I looked at her like, she really? She was trying to play us like a fool. Like she really finna.
She like,
she ain't doing okay.
Don't do it, Miss Seeley.
Get out of here.
Don't do it, Miss Seeley.
I know that's your friend, but
don't do it, Miss Seeley. Don't do it.
She was wrong. and like what everybody's saying, like, how dare you get up there and talk about she not doing okay when you know what I mean? You his wife. Once did you even mention his family?
His family. His wife ain't doing okay. His other children ain't doing okay.
I understand
even the mom and dad he wasn't talking to no more ain't doing. They ain't doing okay. That's a whole other. That's next week.
So our last comment is she cried hard. She cried harder when Harpo beat her.
Right.
Did she?
Right.
Did she knock that bitch out at the saloon?
Right. Should have knocked some sense in the Gayle too.
So what y'all think about Snoop? Snoop dragged her. He cussed her ass out and he threatened her. And what y'all think about that? Because that speaks to a larger issue of black men and how we talk about black women and how we depict black women.
Now, just like they put her and pit her against Kobe, I feel like they did what they did as far as putting just that clip up there to pit us against her. Mm-hmm. And ratings. I feel like we really need to be aware of when they are doing things like that to us as black people or people of color, because at the end of the day, no matter what happens, we still have to continue to uplift each other, and to protect each other. And so, like cursing and calling each other bitch, and it's really not necessary. We kind of can, what they say, kind of reprimand in private and praise in public or whatever. Snoop ain't from that school of thought. I understand that too.
Snoop gonna get your ass where you at. That's where he gonna get you at.
But just kind of have that mindset. I think that's kind of like best because we want to make sure that what they see is us uplifting each other.
And I think it speaks to a larger issue of trauma. Yeah. A lot of people were hurt behind this.
Yes,
we all didn't know him personally, but a lot of us grew up with Kobe. And so it speaks to a larger issue of trauma in our communities. When take the whole sexual harassment case, when something like that happens, there are two schools of thought. In the white community, is keep your white daughters away from black men. In the black community, is stay away from them white hoes. So when stuff like this happens, I think it dredges up a lot of hurt and tension and racial division and stuff like that. Because, you know, they was even at him back in the day, like, why he married Vanessa? Why he ain't married no black woman? Because he didn't want no black woman. He wanted who he wanted. You know.
But it's a gender difference.
Mm-hmm.
It's a gender
It
difference.
is definitely.
Because, you know, the point you brought up, think about it. Whenever something happens, we tend to turn around in our community and we blame the women. Think about how many people when the R. Kelly thing happened, they were blaming those. Well, I don't care if they were 14, 15, or they should have known better. They were children.
Yeah.
We tend to turn around and blame
No, the mamas and daddies should have known better, and all of them should have got their asses beat. And all the shit that he did to them girls, somebody should have did to them. You know. So I'm glad you brought that up about the victim, because we tend to have a habit, because I heard, you know, in the course of all this that, you know, people making comments that the girl had semen of 3 or 4 people inside of her, you know, so trying to victim shame the girl. And I think, you know, if we all recall what happened, Kobe didn't slay that girl. He settled with that girl. He even gave that girl an apology, you know. So, I mean, I think one person's perception of what is consensual can be very different from what another person's perception could be. Now, she'd already had sex with 3 other people. You know, his perception might have been, hey, she with it. But, you know, but that's the larger issue is here. And think about Gayle King now and Snoop and all these celebrities. All these people was in some, and I'm glad you actually put that post up, was some of these people was in these same pictures with Harvey Weinstein, Donald Trump, some of these same people that's so outraged. But when Harvey Weinstein did that shit and he don't basically paid his way out of everything he don't did, why we don't have this same amount of outrage, and why we send Oprah over to help Harvey Weinstein ass? But when our people get in something, okay, Oprah, you want to get with us after the fact. You want to own special Saturday night on the OWN network.
Right. It's nasty.
It's a disparity, right?
Yeah, absolutely nasty.
So I hope that we gonna lay Kobe to rest soon. I'm sure we're gonna have to take off and watch Kobe, because it was yesterday.
It was a private.
They didn't have.
So then they gonna have a public one.
They're gonna do supposedly a public memorial.
You know, that's the public one. Yeah, that's gonna be the one. You know, Usher, everybody gonna be there singing. Usher.
Yes, it's gonna be a long funeral.
It can't be as long as Aretha.
I hope not.
No. Aretha funeral was like watching Roots. Lord have mercy. And I ain't never seen a funeral where the body has so many different wardrobe changes.
Yes,
but I want them to get Fantasia, Jennifer Hudson. I want y'all to get Yolanda Adams. Didn't Yolanda sing America the Beautiful? Didn't she tear that up? She ate that up. I want y'all to dig up Whitney Houston. And get Whitney to say,
today's her death anniversary.
Yeah.
hey, we fall down,
8 years?
Yeah.
but we get up.
Hey.
I want y'all to call Rick James, dig him up too. Lisa Marie. Tina Marie, not Lisa. Yeah. Yes, baby. We want some superstars singing at this thing, but you know if they get Fanny, she gonna shut it down.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Do we have any more comments out there?
Yeah, before we close up, we wrap up.
John did say that what was said was very inappropriate. However, I believe the whole thing was a plot to get ratings.
You know what? And I agree. And I think CBS, not only, you know, to a certain extent, I feel like they set Gayle King up. Now, she said what she said, and she didn't have to ask that question.
Right.
But CBS took that one little segment and sensationalized it.
Yeah.
And put it out there. Yeah. And I think CBS owes his family an apology.
Absolutely.
You know, and we need to boycott CBS to stop watching The Young and the Restless, The Bold and the Beautiful, and The Talk. So CBS issued a formal apology to the family of Kobe Bryant. I know some of y'all ain't gonna do it. I know y'all got Young and the Restless recorded right now at the house waiting to watch. Y'all waiting to see what Victor done did and who Brooke done slept with. Because
right.
I'm a journalist. What? You know Brooke don't fuck the whole show. I mean. Yep.
Victor been married to everybody, so
they got to bring on some new men for her to sleep with.
So a brand new step said, by the way, Whitney rose on the 3rd day.
Hey, Tonio.
Hey. So she gonna be on time for the memorial.
Right.
We got any more comments out there?
That was it.
You know what? I want you guys to really share this. Please share this in all your different social media platforms. Please send us topics. We're gonna get some shirts and some cups and some things. We're gonna get some things going. But please share it. Please share Evolve.
Yes.
Tonio is doing some wonderful things with Evolve. Where I came from, I didn't see this type of stuff going on that you're doing. And so we want to encourage you to keep doing all the stuff that you're doing. You have a wonderful platform. I don't think you get the credit and the shine that you should.
Thank you.
But I do think greater is coming for you. And I'm getting emotional. Lord help me.
That's okay.
It might be the wine. So we just want to continue to encourage you to continue to do the great things you're doing.
Thank you.
In our community. And like I said, I call him a rising star. I'm not saying he wasn't already a star because I believe like he already was, but he's one of the ones that's really, like my friend Pashar friend. I miss you, friend. People who doing some great things in our community.
Make sure you follow us on all of our social media platforms. Evolve of Tampa on Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. We're always doing things. Our next event is actually on Saturday. We have a pillow talk talking about some black love. So it's gonna be really, really interesting.
Yes,
from 8 to 10. So just follow us and reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to have more members.
We might need to do a live broadcast.
The last time we were there was like 25 people in my house. So definitely come on out. We have a good time. We drink, we laugh, we talk, we fellowship. So
and really quick, I want to talk about this right here. And I'm gonna give a shout out to the Bird Cares, to Chandra. For those of us here locally who know Chandra, she is a great force in our community. She's doing some really great things, reaching people, helping people, and she has teamed up with Metro Inclusive Health, and she's helping to bridge that divide with the Black community. Yes. So Chandra, this is we got this here. This is just wonderful what she's doing, and wherever you are, encourage your people that's out there in the trenches, the people that's working. They don't always get the credit, they don't always get the money, but they the ones that got the heart and they got the passion.
Absolutely.
All right. Now I'm gonna tell y'all, please forgive all the dirty, nasty shit I have said tonight.
Do not forgive anything that I've said. I am who I am, and I said what I said.
I said what I said. And the door is closed. And if you're Sheree, who gonna check me, boo? So y'all continue to follow us each and every week here on The Spill, where we're going to spill all things relevant. Thank you again, Tonio, for being here with us tonight.
You're more than welcome.
Friend, we miss you. We're looking forward to seeing you next week. And Tonio, you got to come back and join us some more too when you can, when your schedule permits.
I will.
So you guys, please share this on all your platforms. Please share, and share some more. And shout out to Power Plug Radio. Power Plug, that's POWERPLUG, the plug radio. Okay. And send us some topics for next week.
Absolutely.
All righty. Thank you to the crew. Thank you to Andy and Charlene. And
thank you.
Baby, I'm having a senior moment. Jamiria. Yes. Thank you, Jamiria. Yes.
All right.
All right. Are you in what kind of schooling are you doing? All right, girl. You're gonna be taking care of the people.